Guys, welcome to inkedabroad YouTube. This is the first long form video that I'm going to be making, and I'm finally doing it. I'm so excited to make this video for you guys. I'm going to be doing what I do on all my other social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, but I'm going to make it longer so I can cover all the world's greatest artists and give more detail on the stories behind each one of them. And if you're new to my content, this is inkedabroad, where I document the world of tattoos. I research the entire planet looking for the greatest artists of modern tattooing. I cover the history, I cover the cultures, I cover the conventions, every event, all of it. Why? Because I love it. Alright, first off, before we get started, this episode's powered by Mad Rabbit. They're my sponsor. Why? Because I love their products. I've been tattooed by over like 50 different artists, and I've had tattoos that I had to heal. And when I first started using their products, I was like, wow, blown away by the results. So after that, that's all I've been using. Now in this new series, we're going to go country by country, and I'm going to show you the world's greatest artists from each country. Now I can't fit them all into one video, so we're going to have multiple parts of each one. But today, we're doing South Korea. Alright, let's get started. South Korea. Some of the most unbelievably talented and innovative tattoo artists on the entire planet. They are racing against everybody right now to come out with some of the craziest tattoos the planet has ever seen. Now, as you may know, there are strict regulations in getting tattooed in Korea. Tattoos themselves are not illegal, but you have to be a medical practitioner or have a medical license in order to tattoo because it's considered a medical procedure. Now, in the 90s, there were laws established to make sure that tattooing stayed as a medical procedure and it couldn't be practiced by anybody who wasn't a medical professional. And in 2015, they kind of thought about looking at it again, but it was put on the back burner. And then 2022, they re-looked at it through an actual legislation, and they shot the idea down again. Now, this is a very unpleasant decision for the younger generation of South Koreans, because as their pop culture increases rapidly and more tattoo artists exist, more people want to get tattoos, it puts a little damper on it. And there's a significant amount of artists that practice underground to avoid it. But as I was talking to some South Korean artists, the law enforcement doesn't seem to be super strict on it. So it's kind of like you keep it to yourself, you're not going to get bothered. And we'll see what happens in the future. Hopefully the legislation finally turns around. We're covering 5 artists in each episode today. We're going to start off hot, baby. This is Pitta, who is one of the most incredible tattoo artists I have ever seen on the planet. And not only is he just a phenomenal artist, it's the cultural inspiration that he uses for his pieces that just make him stand out so well. Now you may recognize this pattern, but if you don't, it's inspired by daengchong, which is the decorative coloring that they would put on wooden buildings in Korea. Now you mostly see this painted on temples, palaces, important buildings, and it's super vibrant and intricate designs on like the eaves and the pillars and the doors of the building. Now as you see the color scheme here, it's inspired by obangsak, which are the 5 traditional colors of Korea. Now not only did these colors represent the 5 cardinal directions, but each one of them has a symbolic meaning behind them as well. And the fact that Pitta has taken this rich culture of Korea and the beautiful, vibrant concept of it and is able to portray it on the skin is mind-blowing to me. Now, not only does his pieces of art contain traditional motifs, but he innovates his designs, whether it's scenes or he does pop culture, he does Keith Haring, Pokemon, anime, it's just endless. But just holding true to that daengchong theme really just sets him apart, and it just makes him so recognizable. This man has revolutionized the tattoo world with some of the most incredible and unique pieces of art that I have ever seen. You're not ready for this one. This is Zoonmo, who has mastered the paper cutting tattoos. I'm telling you, the South Koreans just keep coming out with stuff you never thought was possible. It's wild. Now, what is paper cut art? Paper cut art is where they cut different pieces of paper and they layer it in the background to cast shadows to make it have like a 3-dimensional effect. Now, paper cut art is older than the dirt that we walk on. And where did it originate? Well, they can't really pinpoint that exactly because they found it in deep roots across a bunch of different cultures. Now, you may have seen it in like Dios de los Muertos in Mexico or the old Chinese paper cutting artwork. It's truly a beautiful and fascinating folk art. But to put that as a tattoo, I don't know how he just came across that idea one day, but that had to have hit him like a brick wall. And he was like, we're gonna make this. And I've been watching him grow from his original designs. I've made 2 videos for him before, and the progression is unbelievable. Some of these tattoos look like they are embossed into the skin, and the layers and the shadows that he casts become so precise that it just brings these pieces to life. And there's an array of designs that he does, from nature to animals to pop culture to cartoons, Pokemon, you name it. Which is really cool, because if you do fly to South Korea to get a tattoo by him, then you can come up with your own custom idea and he'll just do his magic. Unbelievable. That's the stuff I like to see, because it's so innovative, so unique, and it's just pushing the boundaries of what's possible in ink. What's number 3? Black and gold tattoos. You may have seen this video go off on Instagram because it did very well because of how beautiful these tattoos are. This is Jiro, who's originally from Seoul. But you can now find him in New York. He has his own tattoo studio called The Gallery. Now, his artwork's not limited to black and gold tattoos, but there's a significant amount of them, and the reason why is because he kills it. I think the reason they look so good, besides the fact that they're done incredibly well, is just the fact that black and gold are so complementing to each other. And it's just the way that he uses the gold, whether it's melting across the subject, or it's used as a glow effect across the piece, or simply just as a little aesthetic add-on. It's honestly just captivating, his ability to compose the yellow, the white, and the black perfectly in order to form that gold aesthetic. Some of the coolest tattoos I've ever seen. Unbelievable. Now, I'm sure you've seen this artist before, but if you haven't, buckle up. This is Oozy, who's a South Korean tattoo artist, but you can now find him located in Los Angeles at the Gray Tattoo Studio. Now, Oozy has a plethora of different styles of art that he creates, but the one that really captivates me and that really catches my eye is his ceramic style. Now, when I'm talking about ceramic, you know, like the white and the blue pottery, almost like this. More like fine china in the old plates and vases that they would create. But he takes this cultural inspiration and portrays it on the skin, and the way it comes out is so pristine, it's unbelievable. Now, the blue that he uses is actually ceramic blue, and I think it's his own creation. And it just is incredible. And I really enjoy the way he's able to complement the body and the curves of the body by moving the motifs and the designs around it. Like, he uses the flowers and the dragons, and they just wrap perfectly around the body part, and they pop so well. And you don't see it as often, but he also uses red with the same designs, and it's so cool. Now imagine, like, you do one full arm all blue, the other one all red. He does a lot of anime pieces as well. I don't know much about anime, so I can't tell you exactly what's going on here. I know that one's one piece, but besides that, the artwork's just done incredibly well. And last but not least, Mico, one of the first tattoo artists I covered and made a video for. When I came across her work, I was baffled. She uses one of the most unique color palettes I've ever seen used on the body. She creates these absolutely vibrant and stunning mandala tattoos, and the cool thing about them is that each one has its own like unique color scheme to it. So I feel like if you go and you have certain colors in mind, she's able to just take that and compose it and bring it to life. And these make absolutely phenomenal pieces for like joint areas, so like your elbow or the knee, even though that pain's gonna be miserable. I got elbows and knee. Oh. But if you just get through it, then you have it forever. But what's cool is that you can have them as like a standing alone piece, or you can even use them as a filler depending on the artwork that you previously had on your body. I feel like if you're a tattoo collector and you already have a geometric piece and you build on it with that, oh. Now, it's not just mandalas. I've seen her experiment with flowers and hearts and animals, all with the similar aesthetic, but it's really neat to see it in different forms. That makes me think. I have my left knee open and I was wondering what to do with that because I'm having all the world's greatest artists on there. I'm going to go to her. I'm going to get my knee done by her. Thank you, YouTube. And that's a wrap, baby. That was so much fun. I love doing long form content because I can just go more in depth with all the artists. And you have no idea how much I love what I do. I love documenting. I love meeting all these tattoo artists. I love just covering all this incredible artwork from around the world. And I'm finally doing YouTube, which I'm super happy about. So we're going to cover in the next forever once a week, I'm going to be covering different countries. So we're going to start off with that, and then I'm going to sprinkle in other episodes like convention coverage and unique artist projects that I come up with. But thank you for watching. You can find me, Inked Abroad, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and here. And if you subscribe to my channel, I have some insane stuff coming for you.